Good morning, Kansas City. This is New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHP. It's Wednesday, Hump Day, July 22nd, 2026. Stephen St. John live at Heartland Men's Health in the Northland. I'll be broadcasting here all day long. Todd Leabo will join me back in studio at 6:30. Mike Boddicker will call in from Canada at 7:05. A little bit of a schedule switch. Buster Olney from ESPN will be on the show with us at 8 o'clock. Then Matt Derrick from ChiefsDigest.com. And then we'll talk to Royals assistant GM Scott Sharp at 9:05. All that and more between now and 10 o'clock. So I know that's very exciting for everyone, including me. Easton is here with us. Woke up early to set up the remote. Very familiar with Heartland Men's Health. He always sets up the remotes here. I was informed that Easton will be getting married in Portugal. Did you know that, Jake?
I did not. I didn't know Easton was engaged.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations, Easton.
But, I mean, in Portugal.
Well.
I've met his fiancée. Very, very nice.
Is she Portuguese?
Oddly enough, no.
Huh.
No, she's Irish. So they just went to a map and landed on Portugal.
Hey,
so.
I heard it's a beautiful place.
So what were you going to say, Easton? Go ahead, speak up, please. She's Mexican and Armenian.
Well.
So why Portugal? He said, why not? Seriously? That's just what you picked? Who picked it?
She did.
She did.
Oh,
okay.
Of course she did.
All right.
And the answer is always yes. Yes, honey.
Oh, man, I bet the food will be good. You know? I mean, if you're going to go big.
That's right.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. No, my wife's met her. My daughters have met her. They're all very, very nice young lady. And so.
Good for Easton.
So when's this going to be? Next June. All right. So, boy, you ain't got much time. You're in it. Let's go.
Within a year, under a year.
Yeah.
Clock is ticking. You always back out, buddy.
I'm going to sit you down with Uncle Jake. He's going to give you some words of wisdom.
Yeah, I will.
Will you?
Yeah, get a prenup.
Wow. There it is. I knew that was going to be the first thing out of your mouth. How did I know? I just knew it. And he gives himself his own rim shot.
That's right.
So it makes it good. Well, here we are.
Here we are.
Well, look out for these Royals.
Red hot.
Back up. All right. They have now won back-to-back series out of the All-Star break. They have a chance this afternoon to sweep the Giants. Unbelievable. So, but this is how it goes, man.
Hey, what did we talk about last week? Going into the second
World
half,
Cup.
Second half of the season for the Royals.
Oh,
who needed to have a great second half more than anybody else?
Vinny Pasquantino.
He had a pretty big hit last night.
Sure, he did, and that's good.
Yeah,
and I'm never going to complain about that. I'm not. Look, yesterday I was just irritated, but today look. If they win, it's better. It's better for the show. It's better for our lives. It's better for the mood. And so that's good. I'm glad they won. I'm glad they beat the Giants. I'm glad that they've won back-to-back series. And look, I don't think they can win enough unless now look, I say I don't think they can do this or that. And look at what the Red Sox have done. I mean, teams win 10 in a row and 11 in a row. Short of that, I mean, I don't think they can do enough to really change the narrative. They can't do enough between now and August 3rd, the trade deadline, to change the narrative of what the season is. I think they've, what did Buster Olney tell us? That the word around baseball was they were telling teams they were going to take a wait and see approach to the All-Star break and then decide what their game plan was. Well, if they did that, then the decision was easy. Now, you could still go out and make deals with 2027 in mind and still go out and win baseball games. And do I want them to win? Sure I do. Sure I do. It gets old talking about losses every day. It's demoralizing. But more than the actual wins themselves, I'm going to focus on individual performance and individual improvement. And you're never going to hear Q say that. You're never going to hear JJ Piccolo or Scott Sharp or any of the players talk about that. But I'm going to, because that's going to be one of the biggest keys for next year to see some of these young players develop, especially at some of the key positions that they need. And we've talked over and over again about how important it was this year for Jack Caglione and or Carter Jensen to take a step forward, so then they can solidify themselves as part of the future, as parts of the nucleus that the Royals are going to build around. And I think for the most part, so far, we've been happy with what we've seen. And I think we all, Carter Jensen hit another home run last night. Jack Caglione hopefully is okay after injuring his shoulder diving for a baseball in the outfield. I mean, and they're important parts of the lineup right now. Last night hitting lead off and hitting in the 3-hole. And so at this point, passing grade for both of them. Okay. It looks like they are going to be part of the plan, part of the future, part of the nucleus. But let me tell you, it's not just Jensen, and it's not just Cags. And you mentioned that it's important for Vinny Pasquantino to reestablish himself as a part of the plan and to stay healthy for the rest of the season and to produce like he did last year, to remind us of why he should be the first baseman moving forward. But equally as important to me, because of what's happened around him, is the development and the progress of Luinder Avila. What have we talked about? Well, for the people that don't want to trade Michael Wacha, they can't trade Wacha because then who's going to pitch? The prospects, although and let me tell you, and people aren't interested in hearing this right now because the season has not been great, but they have a couple of unbelievably impressive pitching prospects down at high A ball. In Chorio and David Shields. Very exciting. And both have cracked the top 100 prospects in all of Major League Baseball. But you don't want to hear that, and I'm not going to sit here and talk about that too much because they're not close right now. In a year or two, it's going to be exciting, but not yet. And also, I caution myself when talking about pitching prospects because there's always the Tommy John surgery. It's not if they get hurt, it's when they get hurt. But they have some nice pitching prospects lower in the system. But they don't have guys that are ready to go that we're campaigning for AA or AAA that could even fill spots as soon as next year. And so that's the biggest gripe from people that don't want to trade Wacha. Well, who's going to pitch? Then they have to go out back into free agency. Yes, I understand that. And I do still think that's the way. If you can get a good return for Michael Wacha, you do it. Like, for example, the trade that Jim Bowden suggested in The Athletic, where they would acquire Matt Shaw and Kevin Alcantara from the Cubs. Now, most people that have seen that offer have said the Cubs would never do that. But that's why if it was on the table, you jump on it in a heartbeat because you have a chance of getting two regular, everyday players for Wacha. And you do that, and then you take the savings from trading Wacha and you reinvest in pitching in the free agent market. That's just good business. Now, if you can't get enough for Wacha, don't do it. But you have to be open to it. But for the people that don't want to trade him, and I get it, you look like who's going to pitch? Noah Cameron, but Noah Cameron has not pitched well enough to solidify a spot in the rotation next year. He's just stayed healthy. I still believe in Noah Cameron, but he's got me concerned. I'm going to ask Mike Boddicker more about it when he calls in. But when your ERA is well into the fives this deep into the season, things have not gone well. But they don't have any other options. That's why I said after his last start when he gave up 7 runs, really curious how they would have handled him had they not had so many injuries and if they would have had options. They just don't have any options. But Noah Cameron, Seth Lugo, he's not tradable because of his contract. But he's going to be back, but he's been up and down. He's not the Lugo he was when he signed the contract extension. But that's 2. Stephen Kolek, I don't know how bad he's hurt right now, but you'd like to think he could be one of the guys at least to give you an option. Not a guy that you just give a rotation spot to, but at least a guy that is in the conversation, right? And then after that, Luinder Avila. Because Cole Reagans will not be a factor until halfway through the season, maybe. Ryan Berger is not going to be a factor until, maybe mid-season, maybe sooner. His surgery was sooner than happened before Cole Reagans. Chris Bubich, he's a free agent. Is that a candidate to bring back on an incentive-laden deal, a prove-it deal? You want to go through that again? You never know when he's hurt. And when he does get hurt, you think he's going to be gone 2 weeks and he's gone 2 months? I don't know. They like him. When he pitches, he's effective. But when he pitches. So there's a lot of questions. Then, of course, if you keep Michael Wacha, it's going to be Wacha and Lugo and Cameron, and then Avila, and then maybe Kolek. But I would, even if if they don't trade Wacha, I still dip my toe into the free agency pool. And then you hope to get some of these guys back in season. But that's why I tell you, right now, just as important is watching Carter Jensen and Jack Caglione develop. It's super important to watch Luinder Avila develop into a guy that you could feel great about, or at least good about, being in the rotation next year. And last night, we got a glimpse of that. Last night, and I like Avila a lot. I like what I saw from him out of the bullpen in the WBC. And I've sensed that maybe there's not a whole lot of people on that bandwagon with me, of the people that we talk to on the show and just gauging what people say on social media. There's a lot of people that feel like he's better served in the bullpen. I thought that at the beginning of the season because dummy me, I said, well, the Royals are deep enough in the rotation. They need him in the bullpen, especially with Estevez not right. And so, yeah, and at that time, the need was in the bullpen. But now the need's in the rotation. And, I mean, outside of Wacha, if he continues to pitch this way, he could end up being the guy that I'm most excited about in the rotation next year. Last night, beautiful start. 6 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. And he went 6 1/3 innings and only threw 87 pitches. Across the board, that's what you want right there. Boom. That'll play. And you see his stuff. And you can get excited about that. And I'm looking forward to talking to Scott Sharp about that just after 9 o'clock and asking him what he thought of that start last night, if that was the best he's looked in the rotation, and how confident that they are that he's in the rotation and that's where he's going to stay. moving forward. Because damn, he looked good last night. And I do like him for the rotation. And it's out of necessity, but also it's out of projection. I think he ended up. I mean, over the last month, his ERA is 3.91. You will take that, especially with a guy that's still trying to find his way. Gain his command, get comfortable in the rotation, trust his stuff, and be able to go longer than 5 innings to start. Sub-4 ERA, take that every day, all the way. And I thought that was big last night, going 6 1/3. Because if you look since in the last month or so, he's gone 5 2/3, 5, 4, 5, 5. It's always 5. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's at 5 starts of his last 9 have gone exactly 5 innings. And that's where he hits the wall. But when you look at some of those starts, at Washington, 5 2/3, 1 run. Tampa, 5 innings, 1 run. He gave up 4 runs against the White Sox. But then Philly, 5 innings, 1 run. Gave up 3 runs the last start. And then last night, the 6 1/3, 2 runs. And again, throwing strikes, having command, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. Boom across the board. So you asked me what, I told you yesterday, I'm kind of numb to it, wins and losses, because of how bad the season's gone. I'm not getting too high or too low with anything right now, because they've sucked the life out of it for me. But I'll get excited about watching Avila pitch like he did last night, because that's good for right now, but more importantly, that's good for next year, because they need him to establish himself as a piece of this rotation moving forward. Jake, any thoughts on what I've just said?
I mean, I co-sign all of it. And most importantly, we talked about Avila not being able to go more than 5 innings, 6 1/3 last night. That's a big step in the right direction. So, I mean, I also, a name, I don't know how much weight you can put in, but, you always wonder what's going on with Alec Marsh, as you're talking about guys who could be starters down the road. The guy can't stay healthy, but, when's he supposed to be back in the mix? Because he was, a good fifth starter for this team back in 2024 until he got hurt.
I like him, but it's just been so long.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. But that's just, you're talking about guy, and he's on the 60-day DL, and I know there was some hope in spring training that he might be able to pitch at some point in time in this season. I've tried to look for some updates on him. There are few and far between. So, they do, people who have that question mark about, oh, who's going to pitch if we trade Waka? It's like, you can't be concerning yourself with that right now. That's not how you do business. It's not you can't keep a guy he has value, and you can improve your organization. You can improve your organization by dealing him. You don't hold on to him just because you need a starter.
You have an off season to figure that out.
Yes, absolutely. So,
but everything is easier to figure out if Avila establishes himself as one of the 5 starters for next year. If you go into the off season and you feel comfortable and you feel excited, like, okay, he's shown us enough. If he continues to pitch anything close to what he did last night, that's a huge factor in how they'll handle the rotation in the offseason, and that would be a huge step forward for this team.
And that's been their hope. That's been their hope, that he could fill this role as a starter, as you mentioned.
Like, what did he look like to you last night? Okay, all right.
Well, early on,
okay,
when he hit the guy in the first inning, I was like, it is. But when he settled down, he looked great. It is exactly.
Command and settling down and everything else. But once he got going,
yeah, he was dealing. I thought he looked. I was very impressed last night, and that's you need to put a string of those those starts together, though.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that's great what we saw last night, but
Now comes consistency.
yep, that's exactly right. That's the next step,
But we've seen that it's there. That was exciting last night.
Absolutely it was.
That's a big deal for the Royals. That's going to be a big deal to watch for the rest of the season. You want things to watch for every one of his starts to see how he develops. That's one of the biggest storylines for the rest of the season. We'll take a break. Back after this on WHB. Welcome back to New Day with SSJ on Sports Radio 810 WHB. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it. Today, the show originates from Heartland Men's Health in the Northland. It's a good song.
Black days.
Right. Todd Leabo joins us now. I'm glad because there's some funky things going on with our equipment out here.
It's fine. Easton's got it. We call him Beaston.
Easton keeps pushing buttons.
Because he's a beast.
You know, I'll give it up.
Beaston?
Easton's one of the few people I like around here.
Oh, congratulations, Easton.
Give it up to him.
Because he does things right.
Did you know he's getting married in Portugal?
I did know that. I did
you
know
going?
that. I wasn't invited, apparently.
Yet. Still got 11 months to get those invites out.
You probably can't go to that one.
Uncomfortable. Why?
You're a world traveler?
I already declared my 2 weeks next summer.
Well, don't you got like 5?
Where are you going? By the way,
We're
you
going
already
to-
declared 2 weeks.
We're going to France and the Netherlands.
Oh, wow. Really?
What's wrong with you?
My wife wants to go see the tulips in France and the
How
Netherlands.
about this? You know what? Why don't you appreciate the United States of America?
I do appreciate it.
The French.
We're going to go
There are
down
many
maybe to Monte
places-
Carlo.
Action, please.
The French. Champagne.
This what it, Jake. This is what happens when you have too much money
Yeah, got to spend it.
and you don't know what to do with it.
Give it to me.
You don't know what to do.
You know,
You go
there's so many places
Empty
in this
nesters.
beautiful country that you turn your nose up at. I bet.
No, I need
You
to
know-
see much more of America.
Do you?
Yeah,
I
You've been
do.
to all 50 states.
No,
You haven't?
Okay, then.
a few short.
I'm a few short, too.
I got to get to Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. I missed those. I haven't been to South Dakota.
What?
I've been.
You've been to
South
North Dakota?
Yeah.
But you've not been to South.
Yeah, that's a weird story.
That is.
I'd love to go to Maine.
tell you
I'd
that
love
off
to go
the
to
air.
Maine.
I need to go to Maine. I'm going to do that. Gosh, I was talking to people who went up there. The Acadia National Forest, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Let's go to Maine together and eat lobsters.
Let's just eat them fresh from the sea.
Miranda's a Mainer.
That's what I'd like to do.
Just pull them
Something
right
like
out.
that.
Let's get a job on a lobster boat. We'll go set the traps.
I know some people
I
up there.
wouldn't last very long there, buddy.
You wouldn't last very long on a lobster boat.
I don't think so.
You just start eating lobster.
You know what'd be good for your back? Getting tossed around a boat.
Right.
That'd be good.
Oh.
Hey, did you not watch the basketball tournament with the JHX and the Purple Rain?
No, I listened to it.
Hey, there's some events that are made for me. That one is not one of them.
I
So
turned it.
no.
I was on Fox Sports 1 last night. I watched a little bit of it. And then
You love it?
we were talking during the break. Hey, listen, man. Winning team gets $2 million. It's pretty cool. Something, fine. K-State won, the K-Staters. Well, when you say
Purple
K-State,
Rain.
they're not everyone has to go to the school.
Former Kansas
You
State.
get 4 guys on the team that don't have to have anything to do with your school.
Don't call them Kansas State. They're not K-State.
Wait. How does that work?
Some schools don't have enough guys. So there's
I
this,
thought
That's why
this was like
don't call Kansas.
teams of a lot.
now Kansas guys all look like they were Kansas guys.
Yeah, but I don't like that rule. You're telling me they don't have to have anything to do with your school?
You can have a couple, apparently. Kansas guys, listen, you had Frank Mason, that's a player of the year. The whole dang NCAA.
Yeah.
Zeke Mayo, Marcus Garrett, Jamari Traylor, Kevin Young, KY, Carlton Bragg, Jacob Hanna. What was he? Was he off the bench there? I don't remember Jacob Hanna. You remember
Doesn't
Jacob
sound
Hanna?
like Jake was too invested in this.
Mario Chalmers, heard of him? Bill Preston. Remember the time he almost played for Kansas? Played 24 minutes last night. Tell you what, Billy Preston came a few years too early. In today's world, he'd had no problem.
Mm.
Then you had Michael Beasley, scored 20 points. Xavier
So who
Sneed.
does K-State play next?
Now
Who
they
does
play
Purple Rain play
Kansas
next?
again. It's a best of 3, so they play them tonight.
Huh.
And that's on ESPN Kansas City.
Where's that going to be?
That's in Topeka. I don't know why they're not at Allen Fieldhouse. Maybe something's going on there. And then if there's a third game, it'll be Friday night.
I don't believe Jacob Hanna went to Kansas.
So that's one of the things, guys who didn't maybe play for your school.
Went to Washburn.
Oh, there you go. He's close.
2-time first-team All-Conference, KBC All-State in 2021. Finalist for the Kansas Player of the Year in 5A.
There you go.
2021.
How about this? The Aftershocks. That's Wichita State's team. That's a great name for the guys who used to play for the Shockers. The Aftershocks.
That's pretty good.
Because it's after they played for the Shocks.
Do you think they drink Aftershock? You guys ever had that?
I don't know. I have not.
You never drink Aftershock?
I have not. What is Aftershock?
I don't know. It's in a blue whitish bottle.
Mm.
I think it's, I don't know. Anyways, I remember drinking in college.
I don't think this website's right. It says this thing says that Kansas is up 1-0. And I know they lost, but they used the Elam ending. You ever have an Elam ending, Stephen?
Yes.
I bet Jake's had a couple of Elam endings.
Jake had no idea what that was. We had to explain it to him.
Is that bad?
No, I think some of that kind of came around when you were off in the hills.
Steve's like, oh, we've talked about it on the show. I was like, man, I don't.
Call Marco. He may remember.
Yeah, so Marco knows.
Yeah, Mark is a big fan of the Elam ending, from what I remember. So there's 14 teams in this thing?
Yeah. I guess, something like that.
So you play the best 2 out of 3?
And then it moves on, and the championship will be somewhere.
So the former Kansas players still have a shot.
Yeah, they just got to win the next 2 against K-State. Listen, Michael Beasley's still
Is
like
there a bracket
player.
I can look
There
at?
is a bracket. Now, I'm looking at the bracket on the internet right now, and I know that it's wrong because it says Kansas won last night.
Hmm.
So, someone must have filled it in wrong. Or maybe Augusta's the capital of Georgia. I don't know.
Were you impressed by
Savannah.
Luinder Avila last night?
Yes. I mean, they need that, man.
That's a big deal.
They need that. Big time. Big time. And today they'll probably lose 18-2. This is how it's kind of been. You have a little something good go on, and then everything goes bleh. Except
Well, the
tonight.
biggest news today will be about Jack Caglione and his shoulder. After his diving catch attempt shook him up in the 5th inning, Matt Quatrero said after the game he hurt his shoulder on the dive. It's sore. We're just going to have to check it out and see what it looks like.
My guess is it's
So,
a day game today. I wouldn't expect him to be out there today.
Cag said he feels fine and that it was a little like the soreness he dealt with on a catch attempt at the wall in Minnesota back in June that caused him to exit the next day's game and then use a team off day to reset. So, yeah, today's an afternoon game. I would imagine that he wouldn't play. He said, I landed hard, but I should be good.
Yeah. Then they go to Detroit for Thursday.
So I saw people bring this up when he got hurt and left the game, and people are arguing about this. Does that make you, or does that have any impact at all in your, in where you want him to be moving forward? When you look at him, you think, you know what, he should be at first base to limit his opportunity to get injured. You get hurt anywhere.
You can get hurt anywhere.
Vinny
But
Pasquantino's
right.
got hurt a bunch at first base.
I mean, how many?
you know?
yeah.
That's the point.
On a play just like
Is he better
that.
served to be the first baseman or outfield moving
The
forward?
question is Vinny going to come back to form? That's the question.
Yeah, if you already have, because Vinny can't play right field.
Right.
Okay. So,
Correct.
so
if Vinny, if
What makes you say that?
in what regard?
Right.
I think
I
that
haven't seen it yet.
we'd never seen Jack Caglione play the outfield. No one had until they started having him do it in the minor leagues.
Now we have.
Now we have, and he's okay. He's fine. But if Vinny Pasquantino weren't on this team, he would have been up at first base last year for this team because that's what he's done.
And that's my point. Like, is Vinny going to come back to form and start, prove that?
No.
Right. If that's for me, he's blocked right now. For like, if Vinny can prove that he's going to be a part of this team moving forward,
Then he's your outfielder.
Then he should be staying right field.
Okay, we got a break here in a minute, but what did I say? I ended the show with this yesterday, and everyone thinks this is like a laughing matter, and it's not. We've talked about this now for almost a month. Jamie Bloom has said he's going to use all of these examples to try to get these young baseball players that he tutors to wear their cups. We saw what happened to Jazz Chisholm.
Mm-hmm.
He had to leave a game because he fouled a baseball into his
Business.
balls.
Yes.
And then we saw Daniel Lynch fire a heater right into the nuts of Nick Lofton, and he was out for a while.
Correct.
But boy, nothing like this. And let me tell you, I'm the jinx, because I was trying to trade for Jazz Chisholm when he got hit, when he got racked. I have Nick Lofton on my reserve when he got junked. And 2 weeks ago, I've injuries everywhere in the American League. I picked up this Joshua Kuroda Grauer, this hot-hitting rookie for the A's. This guy's come up every night. 2 for 4, 1 for 3, 1 for 4, 2 for 4. He's smoking for 2 weeks. Like, I just picked myself up a sleeper. I love it. Then what happens? He fouled, and it didn't even go into the ground first. He fouls a baseball directly into his junk.
Am I seeing this word correct on here?
Yes, you are.
And he went down in a heap. He singled, stayed in the game, and had to be removed. We find out now he ruptured his testicle.
I think you want to hear the word.
He has to have surgery.
Now, Stephen, you're at Heartland Men's Health. Maybe ask the experts next segment.
I don't think there's anything that Jeff Turek here at Heartland Men's Health could do for Joshua Kuroda Grauer. I'll ask.
Good balls.
But I want you to think about that. Look at the video of it.
I saw it.
He hit that ball right into his balls. 1 ball with 1 strike.
I don't understand how you're not wearing protection.
That's what I mean. You see it like with Jazz Chisholm, it bounces off the ground and then up into the junk. I haven't seen it this way. Can you imagine how bad that hurt? He ruptured his testicle.
I'd like to not think about it. It hurts just thinking about it.
How many times is it
No, it really hurts.
Think he should wear it? Shouldn't he wear a cup moving forward?
I'm guessing moving forward he will be wearing a cup. I mean, that'd be really ballsy if he didn't.
I mean, this is Deflategate right here. I'm telling you, these young baseball players, look what's happening around the majors.
Running around with no regard.
Wear your cup. And look at him. This guy gets back into the batter's box, takes a deep breath, and then on the next pitch, lines a single. I want that guy on my team. I was going to say, for him to get back up and still get a hit, I was going to say it took balls. No, it took ball.
It took ball.
For him to get up and get a hit. Go look at the video. Super impressive. Trade for him, J.J. Piccolo. Trade for him, Scott Sharp.
These nuts.
That's the kind of guy I want on this team.
Got him.
Look at the video. It's all right there. Kids, wear your cup. Stop playing. Or that could be you. Back after this on WHB. Welcome back to the show. This is New Day with SSJ. And I mentioned that the show originates today from Heartland Men's Health in the Northland. HeartlandMen'sHealth.com for more information. And we have Jeff Turek, good friend of the show here, with us from Heartland Men's Health. Jeff, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Doing great.
I know that, Todd Leabo wanted me to ask you. You guys offer a lot of services. There's nothing you could do for Joshua Kuroda Grunauer, right, after his injury that he suffered with the Oakland A's.
That man unfortunately needs a surgical consult immediately.
Right.
I hope. I don't. Is there any story? Did he lose a testicle?
He had surgery last night for the
Rupture.
for the ruptured testicle.
They can repair it, but if they can't repair it, they have to remove it.
Right. And then later on down the road, maybe he comes to Heartland Men's Health.
There you go.
If there's any issues.
One testicle, your testosterone, your body can compensate pretty well, and you can still make pretty decent level of testosterone even with one testicle.
You know what? That's going to be a good case study. We'll see how he does moving forward. So tell us, again, I'm in the Northland location, 3 locations around Kansas City. Tell us what we need to know about Heartland Men's Health.
Yeah, we specialize in erectile dysfunction treatments and testosterone replacement therapy. Patients come to us when they're having some trouble in the bedroom, or if they start noticing they just don't feel as good as they once did. So if more tired than usual, they don't have energy, motivation like they once did, maybe their sex drive or physical capabilities have declined. When these symptoms start impacting quality of life for these patients, quality of life, relationships, work performance, it's always a good idea to get in, get some blood levels tested, and see if it's something that we can help out with.
And when you come in here for a consult, it's always includes a PSA test, right? Which is very, very important. That's worth it right there.
Yeah, so anybody who comes into the office, we draw a total testosterone level and a PSA blood test, which is a prostate cancer screening test. And after the results come in, we get them back in about 12 minutes. So after the results come back, you sit down with one of our medical providers and discuss your symptoms, your medical history, and if we can help with the symptoms you're having, we're happy to help.
And that's the key. Like if you just don't know, because I mean we've all gone through that. We don't feel right. We feel like maybe we just our energy level's not the same. Maybe brain fog. We're not getting the same gains at the gym that Zach does. Then you feel like I don't know. Just I feel off. You can come in here. You can make the appointment. And you'll go through everything and try to figure that out, because sometimes that's the toughest thing, right, to figure out exactly what the issue is.
Yeah, a lot of times when you go to your primary care doctor, do your annual physical, a lot of the symptoms you're having aren't going to come up on a standard blood panel or a physical exam. And if you look just a little bit deeper, if you're having some of those symptoms, and maybe a testosterone deficiency could be causing some significant symptoms. So it's always good to take that next step if you feel like, man, I just don't feel like I used to, and I'm wondering if my hormones could be a contributor to that.
And so what's the best way to go about it? Just to go to HeartlandMen'sHealth.com and take that low T quiz on the website?
Yeah, HeartlandMen'sHealth.com. There's a low T quiz, and there's a pretty easy scheduling platform from there. You can obviously call our office as well anytime. We accept walk-in patients. Usually when you call, we can get you in the same day. So it's a pretty easy process to get in, get your levels tested quickly, talk to one of our medical providers, and see if we can help you out.
And you've got Overland Park. You've also got out in Independence, which is close if you live in Blue Springs or Lee Summit, and then right here in North Kansas City off Briarcliff. And so there's a location close enough to you anywhere around Kansas City.
Yeah, so Independence location's right by the Cable Daimler Arena. The Overland Park is 435 in Row, and then up here in the West Briarcliff Village for the North Kansas City folks.
All right, and so and maybe for some of the other people that are out there that are on the fence, I mean, you come in here and you're treated very well. There's nothing to be embarrassed about, and it's a big step towards making your life just better and feeling better, and that's what we're all looking for, right?
Yeah, I mean, these things are tough to bring up to a doctor, especially the erectile function problems. A lot of guys will wait many, many years before they admit they have a problem and finally seek treatment. But our office it's a very welcoming space. It's discreet. We intentionally don't have patients waiting in the waiting room. You'll never see waiting rooms full of people lined up at the front desk. We really respect everyone's desire to privately discuss these things, and we're happy to help anyone who's experiencing any of these issues.
There's a word that's thrown around out there quite a bit now, peptides. Peptides. Tell me about peptides, because there's a lot of people talking about that now.
Peptides, a very broad term.
Right.
They're peptides for hundreds of issues there. The weight loss medications, the GLP-1s, those are peptides that help you lose weight. We have some peptides that help you increase your growth hormone levels, which will help with body composition, losing some body fat, increasing your muscle mass. It's good for sleep quality, for recovery after workouts. There's other peptides that can help with pain and inflammation. We've got a couple of those. But yeah, peptide's a new buzzword. It's a very broad term that means 100 different things. But for us specifically, body composition, pain, inflammation, we've got some good treatments for those issues.
And like you said, do you accept walk-in?
Walk in anytime, and if usually we can squeeze you right in and get you to see a provider pretty quick.
Well, Jeff, we're always happy to come out here and broadcast live from Heartland Men's Health. We love the partnership, and anything we can do for you, let us know, and thank you for spreading the word. And I know that you've helped many of our listeners, and a few of my friends have come out here, and now they're very loyal patients here at Heartland Men's Health.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys coming out, spreading the word, and the partnership we have with you guys. We certainly enjoy it.
We are live at Heartland Men's Health in the Northland, and as you heard Jeff Turek tell you, simply go to heartlandmenshealth.com, take that low T quiz, and find out if that is what you need. Also, you can call them at 844-447-6600, 844-447-6600, or simply visit heartlandmenshealth.com. Back after this on Sports Radio 810 WHB.